hands down, this is the most brutal chapter we've gotten in this entire series. This was raw as hell.
You don't know how to use your power. Let me show you.
What's up, y'all? We back at it with another chapter of Ultimate Exorcist Kiyoshi Chapter 45. Hey, yo, we got this battle going on between your boy Tsurugi and the #1 Demon Lord. Oh my gosh, yo, this was a great chapter. This was an amazing chapter, start to finish. And I'm surprised because I was a little upset that we didn't get Kiyoshi and Astaroth. But I'm like, yo, this is just as good. This is just as good. Hey, so make sure you subscribe, hit the bell for all notifications. We about to get right into it, man. So right off the bat, this chapter starts off with a flashback where you have the #1 Demon Lord facing off against some exorcists in the past, and he's cutting each and every one of these guys down. Now, I'm curious if maybe these guys we might learn more about them in the future of the series, where we find out that they were like an elite team or something along like that. But you have it where at least 4 of them get cut down right off the bat, and then you have it where you got the last exorcist there. He's a cross paladin. And you have this cold line where the cross paladin says to the demon lord, like, yo, I'll be sending you to hell. Hey, yo, and the demon lord says one of the coldest lines ever. He was like, you're a bit late. I was born there. To me, that was a cold ass line. Like, let me say it to you guys again. He says, I'm going to be sending you to hell. And then you got the demon lord saying, like, yo, you're a bit late. I was born there. That shit was so cold, man. And then the fact that this cross paladin has like a scythe in his hand, like any character holding a scythe, I just think it's dope. Ever since when I was young, I seen the series, what was it called, Gundam Wing, and you had the one Gundam named Death Sight, and he had the scythe. Man, ever since then, I just always loved that weapon. Any character that pulls it out. But yo, you got it where they about to clash blades. Next thing you know, they show a panel that's so cold and dark. I didn't even know, Kiyoshi was going this dark. You got it where the demon lord is holding the head of the guy he was just facing off with. And he's just like, yo, everybody who's ever crossed blades with me has died. And then it jumps to present day with him in front of your boy, with him in front of Tsurugi, and they're about to face off, and it's just like, yo, damn. I'm worried for Tsurugi, like, yo, please let him survive. I'm gonna just call him Rugi for short. But anyway, you got it where the demon lord is saying, like, yo, his blood is boiling because he's so excited for this battle. And he's like, yo, this is great. I love it. But then he pulls out a bottle of, liquor. He starts to drink. He says, this calls for the perfect drink. And as he's drinking, he spits on his wound that he got from Rugi. And, the wound begins to heal. And he says he prefers not to heal his wounds because it makes him look so much cooler. And it's crazy because I am a fan of, like, let's just say when you buy like models or just stuff in general, I like the battle scarred versions. Like, you play video game, I pick the battle scarred outfits in the fighting games. And he's like, yo, I look way much cooler with it. And I'm like, yeah, he's right. He's definitely right. But then you got it where Rugi is thinking to himself, like, yo, this dude can't hold his liquor. And of course the demon lord says it right back, like, yo, you think I can't hold my liquor? I can hold my liquor. And it seems as if this guy has a drunken sword style, which is crazy. Like, we've heard of drunken fist. I've never heard of drunken sword. But it seems like that's the type of fighting style he has. You got it where he pulls his katana out the sheath. Next thing you know, it looks as if he falls asleep. Right when that happens, your boy Rugi's like, yo, I'm not going to hesitate with this guy. Let me go ahead and pull out Excalibur. He pulls out his Blade Runner sword, and, yo, it looks dope as hell. I'm not going to lie. That design looks dope. But you have it where he starts charging towards the demon lord, and as he charged towards the demon lord, you see his head and his waist get chopped off. Like, he gets chopped into 3 pieces, and I'm looking like, what the hell just happened? What just happened? And you got it, as his head's falling, he's thinking to himself, like, what? And then next thing you know, it's pretty much he stops dead in his tracks because he's seen his own death. Had he continued to charge toward this demon lord, he would have died in that moment. And I love when series do stuff like that. It's just like the kill instinct from this demon lord is so great that this guy can sense how he would die if he was to approach him. But anyway, you got it where the Demon Lord starts, you know, attacking, goes on the offensive. He's like, yo, if you're not going to come at me, I'm going to come at you. And you got it where he's constantly attacking, you know what I'm saying, Rugi, and Rugi is getting pushed back. He's getting overwhelmed. And it's just like his moves, the Demon Lord moves, are so unpredictable and so unorthodox because he's been drinking. He's got this drunken sword style. And, you know, he's starting to get cut up. You know, Rugi is starting to get cut up by the Demon Lord. And he's like, yo, I have no clue where he's going to attack next. And of course, you got it where Rugi's like, yo, I'll finish this with one strike. And he like it looks like he puts all of his energy, all of his soul into this attack. And he calls it Ultra Excalibur. And he goes to attack. And this clash is so strong and so powerful that it can be seen from miles away in the city. And next thing you know, you see where, you know, Rugi's sword is broken in half. It's actually on the ground. It's just like, yo, damn. The next thing you know, it looks like he tried to make these mini daggers. And of course, you have it where the Demon Lord does like this strike where you see him striking at multiple places at the same time. He's just moving that fast. And of course, he manages to cut up Rugi. Rugi is collapsing to the ground. He's all bloodied up. And you got it where, of course, this Demon Lord is talking trash now. He's like, you get it now, don't you? This is true absurdity. And it's just like, yo, next thing you know, he looks in the air. He sees the blades from earlier come down to the ground. And he says like, yo, what are you going to do when your strongest sword as well as your body is broken right here and now before me? And this chapter is just go there. It's probably, I got to say, this is probably one of my favorite chapters, just on with how brutal this chapter was. But you got it where your boy Rugi, he's thinking about a conversation he had with Tenma and how Tenma told him like, yo, you're the only one who can replace me. And you got it where that little memory, that little flashback was enough to make Rugi get back on his feet. And he says like, yo, it doesn't matter how many of my swords you break, as long as my heart still beats. I'm a crossed paladin like me will never be broken. And it's just like, yo, damn, a cross paladin like me will never be broken. And you got it where he's still ready to face off against this, you know what I'm saying, this Demon Lord. And man, it's like chapters like this just get you so excited for the next chapter. But I really love it. And like I said, I like how dark this chapter was with the, you know what I'm saying, the cross paladin from the past and how he was taken out, and how when Rugi was going to face off against him, he's seeing how he would be taken out. Like, those were some brutal moments. And in fact, I would say this is probably the most brutal moment we've seen in this whole series. Now, I could be wrong. It could be something more brutal that I'm forgetting. But from what I recall, this chapter is probably the most brutal chapter I've ever seen in this series. Yo, but let me know y'all thoughts on this one, man. I can't be the only one who feels like this was just straight fire all the way through. And let me know, how do you think your boy Rugi is going to get out of this, man? Let me know down below. And if you like this video, thumb it up, please subscribe, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace.